An emaciated Sudanese child collapses on the ground in exhaustion. A vulture lurks a few steps behind, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And a photographer, whose distress becomes so unbearable, he takes his own life soon after winning the renowned Pulitzer Prize for the indelible image. This is the story behind the lens. It's 1993. South African photojournalist Kevin Carter is in famine-stricken Sudan to document the humanitarian catastrophe unfolding there. While photographing victims in the town of Ayod, he encounters a small, emaciated child strenuously making its way to a United Nations feeding center. A vulture lands ominously behind the child. Not wanting to miss an opportunity to snap a powerful image, Carter quietly waits 20 minutes, watching the scene and hoping the bird will spread its wings. When it became clear the bird is not going to move, Carter snaps a few shots before chasing the bird away. The compelling photograph was first published by the New York Times. Hundreds of concerned readers contacted the newspaper, inquiring about the fate of the starving child. The Times responded that the infant had not been harmed by the vulture, but they couldn't confirm whether the child ultimately reached the feeding center. The photo earned Carter the coveted Pulitzer Prize in April 1994, but alongside the public acclaim came a barrage of criticism. He was accused of exploiting human suffering, his ethics were widely questioned, and one US newspaper even described him as another vulture on the scene. Critics wondered why he chose to photograph the child instead of helping. Carter later explained that journalists in Sudan had been warned not to touch famine victims due to fears of spreading disease. Despite the controversy, the photograph drew massive global attention to the famine in Sudan and helped raise much-needed aid. Although the photo came to be known as the vulture and the little girl, it was revealed more than a decade later that the child was in fact a boy by the name Kong Myong. He had survived the famine but passed away from illness around 2007. The scene in Sudan wasn't the first time Carter witnessed injustice and violence. In South Africa, he had spent years documenting brutal moments during the anti-apartheid struggle through his camera lens. The horrors he witnessed weighed heavily on him. Combined with his personal struggles involving drug use, failed relationships, and the killing of one of his closest friends, Carter died by suicide from carbon monoxide poisoning at the age of 33, less than 4 months after winning the Pulitzer.
I'm really, really sorry. The pain of life overrides the joy to the point that joy does not exist. I am haunted by the vivid memories of killings and corpses and anger and pain, of starving or wounded children, of trigger-happy madmen, often police, of killer executioners.
The story of the starving child and the vulture reveals the thin line photographers walk between exposing tragedy to the world and preserving the dignity of victims, all while carrying the psychological burden of witnessing such immense human suffering.